Mitch Matthews. Chapter 1. October 4th.
Mitch, could you get some of those?
My wife, Emma, said.
Are they the piggy ones?
Let me check, I replied. Lilly shrieked and ran past me, chased by two of her chubby-cheeked cousins. The trio almost ran straight into a cart stacked high with wooden dim sum baskets. The elderly Chinese woman behind it stoically pushed forward without missing a beat, calling out, "Cha xiu bao!" I held up a hand to the cart pusher, who, with practiced deftness, whisked a basket in front of me, paused an instant to see if I wanted more, then continued on without saying a word. 3 pillow-soft-looking white buns adorned with little ears and eyes stared up at me. Yeah, they're the piggy ones. A lunchtime crush of hungry patrons mobbed the entrance of the Lin Hung Kui restaurant. Emma's father had wanted to do lunch at the Four Seasons, but the rest of her family wanted something a little more yit lao, lively, so we ended up here, in one of Hong Kong's oldest dim sum parlors. We had just arrived, disembarked from a bright yellow double-decker trolley that had inched its way through the skyscraper canyons. Crowds of people jammed every intersection. It was the middle of the Golden Week, the holiday after National Day, the Chinese equivalent of the 4th of July and Thanksgiving all rolled into one. My first time to Hong Kong. Nearly my first time outside of America. I wrote a few notes into my journal trying to capture the mood of the place. The leather-bound pad was a gift from my wife. She said it would help stimulate me, get the creative juices flowing. Emma's family was arranged around a large circular table almost spilling over with wooden baskets. Her grandmother and grandfather were across from us, her British father next to me, her Chinese mother 2 seats to my right past Emma, and then her cousins. I did my best, but I was terrible at remembering names, even in English, never mind Cantonese. "Lily Pad, come on, sit down and eat." I put one arm out to intercept her on her next pass around the table. She squealed, but let me wrap her up and pull her onto my lap. I held Lily's 5-year-old body tight, felt her tiny ribs beneath her sweater. She was small for 5, had always been small. Wisps of her fly-away blonde hair tickled my chin, her head tucked under mine. My lily pad. "Look," I said. "Pigs. Try one." I picked one up in demonstration and bit into it, tasted oozy, salted egg beyond the soft dough. My daughter crinkled her nose. A fussy eater, like her mother. It was a constant battle to get her to eat, as opposed to me, where the battle went the opposite way. She leaned into me, and with one of her little index fingers she traced a pattern into the palm of my left hand. It was a secret game we played, a way to talk without talking. It started when I was teaching her letters, and she made up her own skin signs, as she called them. This one was easy. She traced an N into my hand. No, she wasn't hungry. I was about to admonish her, tell her she had to at least get something into her stomach, when I noticed the wheezing. I listened closer. She was panting, struggling to suck air into her lungs. I reached into the backpack by my feet and rummaged around for her inhaler, shook it and lifted it up to her mouth. I pressed down and she took a breath. The air in Hong Kong was terrible, the pollution so dense sometimes it was like a hazy fog, and acidic enough to make the eyes water. I shouldn't have let her ride on the open deck of the trolley. Lily poked one of the piggy buns, picked it up, and took a bite. I was going to put the inhaler back, but on reflection, left it on the tabletop. She would probably need it again.
"Are you sure it's safe to fly over the North Pole?"
Emma asked. My wife held my gaze with her doe-like brown eyes. She knew she was doing it, worrying, but she couldn't help it and needed me to play along. I said, "Do you think it's safer flying across the Pacific?"
"Isn't flying over water safer?"
"Not for me." She shook her head.
"Your daughter is going to learn to—"
"Anyway," I changed the topic. "It is mostly water. I don't think there's much ice left up there." It was a joke, but only half of one. It's not that.